what's up, Christian? Good to see you, man.
What's
Uh,
up?
Not too much. I was wondering if you could speak to, the 3 years of developing you've had here and the process of that development, like from your own personal standpoint, working with coaches and trainers, etc. But how have those years of work allowed you to become the player you are and one of the more consistent and productive defensive tackles in the game?
Well, biggest thing is, just kind of early on, it's just like a lot was overwhelming. You come in a lot of high expectations, first round pick, new coach, new everything, everything's new, a lot of pressure, so you're just trying to get your feet under you, like, damn, and you're trying to figure out life, you're trying to figure out everything else, not just ball. You know what I mean? You got a lot of different responsibilities and things like that. So there's a lot of things that come with that. You're trying to figure out the scheme and things like that. But pretty much for me, just stuck with the process. Just kept working all the way through, and I'm continuing to work and continuing to try to get better each and every day. And I just felt like, year after year, I've gotten better at a lot of things I wanted to get better at coming in to each season. So hopefully I'll just stick with that process and, keep getting better and better each year.
And so you were drafted in 2019. The next 2 years, Dolphins have a whole bunch of draft picks and tons of young players younger than you. Do you communicate stuff like that with your younger teammates, kind of about trusting the process and how it worked for you and how it can work for them?
Absolutely. I feel like, just from my experience, you can't, like, just from my experience, I'm able to be there for those guys, especially, like you said, all the draft picks, all the guys who are drafted early, who might feel like there's some pressure, there's this, that, and trying to figure things out. I always try to be a guy that they can lean on, come and talk to, just about anything, about life, about ball, whatever it has to do, just adjusting their life in the NFL. I always try to be that for them. Can't tell them everything before it happens, but just kind of be like a mentor and a big brother as things do come up for them, and help them through whatever it is they may be going through, both good and bad.
Great. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah.
Joe?
Hi, Christian. Congrats on the team picking up your 5th year.
Appreciate it.
Wanted to get your take on that move by the club.
Yeah, no, I think, it's great. It's awesome. I'm glad I'm gonna be able to be here for another year. And I'm just blessed overall. Kind of talked about earlier with Travis' question, just progressing each year, and the team had to make a decision, and, they picked up my option. That's great. And I'm excited I'm here for at least another year. So.
Do you think there's a chance that you might be able to do a long-term deal with the club?
Biggest thing is I'm just trying to focus on ball. Let whoever else, the powers that be, handle all that stuff and talk about all that stuff. But I just like to focus on ball, being a good teammate, and just getting better every day. And, stay with the process, and the rest will take care of itself.
All right, thank you.
Omar?
This is a question for Christian Wilkins, the NFLPA rep. From a business standpoint, with the new CBA deal, do you find it interesting that once you guys guaranteed that 5th-year option, fully, not guarantee it, but then we can opt out of it before the new league year starts? Is it interesting that so many teams aren't picking up the 5th-year option?
No, that's a good question. I just think, it's case by case. The biggest thing I understand that the league is a business, and it's really a case by case situation. So it is definitely interesting. Every team's got decisions they have to make, and they have that control, they have that power.
What's it like to be one of the only defensive linemen in the first round that gets the 5th year picked up? Is it like a feather in your cap? Like, hey, I'm one of the best producers?
No, you don't think about it like that, because, again, it's case by case. You don't know what other teams have going on. And again, like I said, I just try to focus on ball, and just let everything happen as it comes. And don't try to think about it like that, because as soon as you start thinking like that, you got to keep a humble spirit and a humble mindset, because as soon as you start thinking like that, a lot of other BS can get in the way, and, you start, you're not focused on the things you need to focus on.
Stafford?
Christian, what's going on, man? I wanted to ask you about the F1 tour you guys did this week, and everything going on at the stadium. I was wondering if you could put into words what it's like to be on the track and kind of witness everything going on.
Yeah, that look all right over there. It's about to be cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was actually thinking about doing some other stuff this weekend before, like, I got to go on the tour and see everything. I'm like, nah, I'm definitely gonna be there for that. Like, this is this is the first time it's here. This is like, I mean, I know there'll be other years that'll be going on, but this is like a once in a lifetime, first in a lifetime experience for me. And for someone like me who, you know, grew up the way I grew up, where I grew up, you know, you don't get to see things like this or experience things like this. So I'm gonna be there in attendance, having a good time, enjoying it, and, you know, have some fun with it all, and just, you know, happy to be a part of it, happy it's gonna be here.
Yeah, since you've been drafted, man, the Dolphins have put tennis on the campus. There's been rolling
Yeah.
loud, so many different events, man. You know, what can you say about everything that kind of happens in the stadium and the campus that
Yeah, no,
you play for?
No, it's awesome that, you know, as an organization, we do those things, and that, you know, obviously a lot of things go on here in Miami, and, you know, as much as, you know, we got a great stadium, great location, great, you know, just a lot of good things. And it's, you know, it makes sense why a lot of things want to be here, and a lot of things are going on here. And I like to try to go to as many things as possible, again, just because, you know, I think it's always pretty cool. And that, you know, the Miami Open was great, went to that, you know, just always cool to experience things, meet new people. And it's just cool to be a part of.
Appreciate it, Christian. Thank you.
Joe?
I was asking Javon Holland about who has a fast car. He said Byron Jones has got a nice.
Yeah.
What about the front seven guys? If you had to pick someone's car to put it on the track right out there, whose car are you putting out there?
In the front seven? Oof. Now, I would definitely say Byron's up there. Jalen got a nice little something. I don't know. I ain't gonna put out guys' business like that. But Jalen do got a nice little something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe his car. Yeah.
Do you like cars? Are you more of a sports car guy or a truck guy?
I'm not a big car person like that, but after going to school in the South and living in the South, you got to have you a truck, you know what I'm saying? Ride down with the windows down, arm out, you know what I'm saying? You know, and just enjoy the ride and feeling big in the big body truck. So.
Thanks.
Daniel?
What's going on, Christian? Want to ask you about Javon, just as a fellow, somebody who can kind of relate to being a high pick and kind of being thrust into a prominent role early on. What impressed you about Javon's rookie season, and how have you kind of seen him approach this year too?
No, Javon has a chance to be, you know, pretty good in this league. You know, just how he comes into work each and every day. That was the biggest thing that I learned, you know, and he even took a year off of ball, you know, before he got drafted and everything, and still came in kind of ready to play, and, you know, was able to do some really good things for us early on. And it's just impressive to watch. You know, he's athletic, he's big. And something that surprised me more than anything is just how cerebral he is back there. Like, you know, making the calls, you know, doing some of the things you have to do at the safety position in our defense was really impressive. You know, he's kind of a kid who just loves playing ball too. So it's fun to watch. Just brings that nice young spirit too. He's a good teammate.
Thank you.
I know there's a lot of hands. We'll take three more. Barry, Allen, and then finish with Omar. Go ahead, Barry.
Hi, Christian. Just wanted to ask you what your reaction was when you found out that Josh Boyer and Austin Clark were being retained by the new coach. And are you sort of eager to see what wrinkles Josh will have just to keep teams off balance this year with largely the same personnel as he had a year ago?
Yeah, it's always nice when you have, you know, some, like, especially with like a whole, you know, change. You know what I mean? It's nice to have some familiarity. You know, it's nice to have D coordinator, you know, D-line coach, you know, linebacker coach. Like, you know, it's good to have, you know, a lot of the same things coming back to players and everything. You know, there hasn't been much turnover or anything like that from that standpoint. So I'm just excited that, you know, you look around the defense, you look around the locker room, you got a lot of familiar faces and guys, you know, who've been in this system. So, you know, just looking forward to it, and just looking forward to continue to build, you know, and achieve connection with each other, you know what I mean? And, you know, do some good things.
Thanks.
Allen?
Hi, Christian. When you came into the NFL, your reputation as being frugal preceded you. I'm curious as to whether that stayed the same way, or have you allowed yourself to buy yourself some stuff here and there?
Hey, no, no, good question. No, I mean, I was going to joke around and, you know, say I'm spending money like crazy, but no, I still have the same frugal mindset. You know, that's in me, you know. You can't help it sometimes. You do got to spend a little bit more money, and it hurts me and it pains me every time I got to spend a little bit of money, but I'm still as frugal as can be, try to spend as little as possible. But also, you know, here and there, treat myself to little things like that. But, you know, still don't like spending a lot of money.
Quick follow-up. I mean, what's the most flashy thing you allowed yourself to pick up?
More just so like experiences. Like I'm an experienced guy. I love to travel. So like, you know, if I can, you know, in the off season, if I can enjoy some time, go somewhere, do some things like that. You know, that's something I love to do. So I love to see the world, love to get out, love to, you know, just experience different things like that. So I like to travel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, last one, Omar.
See, now you got me interested. What's the experience Christian Wilkins had the best time at, and what's the goal from the experience standpoint for this offseason before camp starts?
Wait, say that again.
So what's the best experience you've had so far since you, I guess, well, lifetime? And then also, what is the experience that you're planning before camp opens up on July 20th and 20th, your life is over?
Okay, yeah, no, I got you. Good question. And you mean from like just in my life in general,
Yeah,
or traveling, or what? Oh man, I don't know. I've been able to do. I'm really blessed, and I'm fortunate to be in the position I am in, and you know, do a lot of things I do. Like I really can't pinpoint one specific experience, but like I don't know, just you know, from obviously accomplishments in football, you know, winning championships at the college level, being drafted, being part of this brotherhood in the NFL, going to the White House, things like that. Cool. Like even social circles you're put in, or people you get to meet socially that you're like, dang, like I'm just this little kid from Springfield, and you know, I met such and such, or I'm doing this or doing that. You know, it's all just humbling, truly, and like traveling the world, seeing cool things I thought I'd never be able to do.
what's the coolest thing you've seen?
Shoot, I don't know. Just even like, let's just say like even going to London, stuff like that. You know, playing in a foreign place and joking about a guy running onto the field before the game, like all that stuff is fun. You know, playing in a different stadium, just taking a second, breathing it all in, like, dang, this game is taking me all over the world. Like I'm here in London playing a game, and then, you know, I was able to go back this offseason and then watch a soccer game in that same stadium and like, you know, really enjoy that. Like that's all just like so cool to me and so humbling. And it's awesome to, you know, be able to do.
And so what's the pre-camp travel plans?
I don't really have anything planned. I might just more so just kick it, you know, just get my mind right and regroup before I start the heavy training before training camp.